Welcome to another Electrical Innovation System walkthrough, and on this job we've got a really interesting, unusual solar installation in a conservation area which had a few challenges that we needed to overcome. We've got a SigEnergy very large battery system, EV charger, whole home backup and the full package. So follow me around this install. I'll show you the challenges we had, how we maximise the roof space, and how we've ended up with a really fantastic overall system that should hopefully be providing this house with bundles of energy for a long time in the future. So one of the challenges we had with this installation is, while the property lies between conservation areas, it's not actually in a conservation zone, but it is still considered a protected area here. So we had to liaise with the local council in South Derbyshire and get permission to have solar panels on the property. Now you can see behind me there's a few different roof spaces, and we chose to go on this flat roof which you can't see from the road, and it's overlooking a large space of fields behind us, so it's got a lot of sun access. Now because we had limited space available on this roof, we could get one row of panels in, and we were able to maximise the power by putting a portrait flat roof kit in. What that means is, traditionally on a flat roof kit you'd have the panels going sideways or long ways. Instead we turn them on our end and they are still facing the sky, but you get a lot more power into the same space. So we just filled the available roof space as best as possible and also used a higher wattage panel. Now on a normal house you would have maybe a 1.7 or a 1.8 metre long panel. These panels are 2 metres long, but what that means is you get a whole row of extra cells in the top of them, which means more overall power in the system. And what we've ended up with is 18 panels at 500 watts each. That's a massive 9 kilowatts in solar, of which on first glance it only looked like we was going to get 11 panels on this roof, but we came to site, measured the roof, looked at different options, and this is the one we ended up with. And I think you'll agree with me when I say it actually looks amazing on that roof. Not being able to see it from the road, really discreet at the back, and even when you're in the back garden, the panels look great. So the customer's very happy with this install and how it ended up. We've used the Van der Valk flat roof system. We've done systems like this, 4 panels on a shed. We've also done 50 panels on a police station using this same kit. It's a really fantastic option for flat roof installations. So this is our SigEnergy Battery Storage System. It also handles the solar. Now the beauty of this is that it works for properties like this, where you want a large, all-encompassing system with battery storage, a lot of solar, backup gateway, EV charging and everything. This same system will also work if you just wanted a 3.6 inverter and a single battery, and it will also work with 6 of these in a row, and it does the job for everything. So the flexibility and the customizability, if that's even a word, is one of the best features about SigEnergy. So let's cover off some of the features of this particular install. Now, we originally quoted with a 12 kilowatt inverter, which is the biggest single phase installation available to SigEnergy. The DNO, which is the network operator, refused that inverter size because of the infrastructure in the area. So we went back, redesigned the system, and we came back with an 8 kilowatt inverter, which is more than ample to manage the system size and the battery storage size. With us having 9 kilowatts of solar on the roof, an 8 kilowatt inverter is a good pair for that. 27 kilowatt hours of battery storage this is. We originally quoted 24 kilowatt hours. In the time between doing the quote and doing the install, the bigger battery has been released. So the 9 kilowatt hour battery is now available, and that's what's being installed here. And that is 3 of these in this system. This SigEnergy unit can have up to 6 batteries in a single stack, and it's capable of having multiple stacks, but each stack will need its own inverter, and you can parallel them inverters on a single site. So a bigger installation, you could end up with multiple systems. Another advantage of the SigEnergy system is if this property in the future has heat pumps and things like that, and they convert to 3-phase, the batteries still work. So you just change the inverter to a 3-phase inverter and you've got a converted system. So it's a really fantastic future-proofed and expandable system with the SigEnergy. So this part here is the gateway. Now it does a couple of things on this system. Number one, it gives you whole home backup. So what's happened here is the main supply cables from the property have been diverted into the gateway, and then they come back out here to feed the rest of the building. Obviously it connects to the inverter, and we've got an EV charger connected on this one as well. So if we look inside, you can see that this is already set up with all the pieces that you need to connect. So it makes life easy. You've got your inverter connected in here, and you've got different size breakers depending on what size inverter you go for, already fitted. You've got your backup system, which you can isolate here and put into bypass. And then you've got something called a smart port. Now what the smart port does is lets you connect other devices. That can be a SigEnergy device, but it can be third-party devices as well. So you can connect third-party solar into this, such as an existing solar system if you had one at the property, or in this case, a third-party EV charger. Now, as we know from seeing the products online and also our previous videos, they do make a third-party EV charger that can be compatible via a smart port, but SigEnergy also make their own charger, so why would you go for a different system? And that all comes down to tariffs. In the current environment with solar and battery, tariffs are almost as important as the hardware. And this is the amount that you're getting paid for sending your energy back to the grid, and the amount you're buying energy at different times of day. So if you can get a little longer charging period, it means you can get more energy into the house. If you can get a little bit more benefit for selling back, it means all the selling back that you're already doing, you're getting a little bit more money for. And over time, that really adds up. So having a charger that's compatible with the best tariffs on the market, such as the Hypervolt, is sometimes more beneficial than having the SigEnergy tariff, the SigEnergy charger, which doesn't get you onto them extra tariffs. Now, when it comes to these tariffs, there's kind of three main ways to talk about them. There's a standard tariff where you pay the same rate all day long. There's what's called a smart tariff, which is what people might know as Octopus Go or Eon Next Drive EV, or some of the other ones. Even Economy 7, I guess, is a smart tariff nowadays. And then the top one is the intelligent tariffs. And an intelligent tariff would normally mean your energy operator is going to control your hardware. Now, the payoff for that is while they're controlling your hardware, you're getting extra bonuses for that. Now, in some cases, Octopus will turn your battery on to charge during the middle of the day when normally it wouldn't do that. That could be a car, or it could be an inverter and battery system. The advantage is that you'll get cheap energy during that time. The disadvantage is if your battery doesn't know that's happening and your car comes on, the battery's just giving all its energy into the car, and it's actually a hindrance to you. So we can use the smart port in the gateway to work around that and make sure it interacts really well with all these third-party devices. There's a lot to be said for one app though, and the SigEnergy app is one of the best on the market. Having the charger, the PV, the battery, all your house loads all in one app is a massive bonus. So there's some consideration to, day-to-day living with the system, using the apps the best possible way, or getting the best possible tariffs. And people will argue to the blue in the face that there is a right way of doing it all, but realistically there's no one way to do it the best, and you've got to decide what's going to work best for you. So that's another system wrapped up, another home running on free electricity from the sun. Actually, they're probably running on paid for electricity from the battery that's really cheap, and then they're getting paid loads of money for what they're sending back to the grid from the sun. But it's just the weird way solar works nowadays with all these tariffs. Maximising your returns from the system by playing the tariff game, charging the battery, selling your solar is the best way to go. So another happy customer, a really nice looking system that's very expandable in the future if they want more solar, because they do have more roofs, or more battery storage as their energy usage might go up as they move more of their products in the home over to electric, moving away from that gas and oil use and moving over to electrification. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to catch more, please drop us a like and a subscribe. And if you want a quote for a home, we are based in Derby. We cover a couple of hours around the office, so feel free to give us a call on 01332 498 130. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.